Hey y'all, it's Mocha Mima. Welcome back to my channel. It's back to high school with Love and Marriage Detroit. Let me play my intro and we'll get into it. Work, work, work. To me, I can work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. So me by that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, in the cafe, try me, I deserve. Let the devil lurking. Yeah. You make a like, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart, I'ma see for decoration. You mistaken my love, I brought for you for foundation. All that I wanted from you was to give me something that I never had, something that you never seen, something that you never been. But I wake up and nothing's wrong. Just get ready for work, 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 work. To me, I be work, work, work. Hey y'all, it's Mocha Mima. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, an extra special welcome. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Make sure y'all hit on that like and subscribe button. Make sure the button turns black so you'll get notified every time I upload. So y'all, we're back with these people. Listen, they starting to work my nerves. It's like it's like watching the high school couples interact. It's like me watching my sister and her husband. Well, he was her ex-husband when they was married back when they were younger. Like it's like watching those young couples interact, like with all the chaos and the mess. Ugh. Anyway, let me get into this review. Oh, let me put up my disclaimer. Let me not forget that, because you see the disclaimer. Thoughts and views are those of me, Mocha Mima. I won't have any guests, but this is my opinion only. It's for entertainment purposes. All commentary is alleged. Y'all, okay, so we're back on the boat as it starts out. Remember last episode we were on the boat with Latoya, Anthony, and their friends. It's an older married couple. Anthony just feels like there's nobody on his side to rally around him. He misses his grandmother. I guess he must have been raised by his grandmother. I forget. He was hurt by what Latoya's family said about him, and I could understand that. Latoya feels like Anthony resents her. He says he doesn't resent her, but he says he was hurt. So that scene goes off. We go over to Kobe, her friend Chelsea. Kobe's working up in her office. Her friend Chelsea comes over. This is a different Chelsea than that one that is friends with Christina. I'm like, is Chelsea a common name up in the Detroit area? Y'all let me know down in the comments if anybody's from the area. Russell's talking to Chelsea about a surprise party he's going to give Kobe for her 30th birthday party that's coming up. Chelsea goes up to the office. Her and Kobe talk. They've been friends for over 10 years. They discuss influencer stuff. Let's see. Kobe mentions this company she wants to collab with called Harper Ray. She calls that company. Now, I want y'all to keep this in the back burner. Well, y'all know because you've seen the episode. So she calls the owner about doing influencing work for her. Then she finds out that Christina had already talked to her about being an influencer. So the owner mentions to Kobe that maybe her and Christina could get together to do the promotions and stuff. So Kobe texted Christina, and you know how it is when you're texting someone. It's always good to pick up the phone and call. It may be me because I'm an older person. Sometimes I'd rather pick up the phone and call so you understand truly what I'm saying. You hear my voice and there's no assuming, because when you assume, you make an ass of you and me. So anyway, Kobe said she texted Christina, and they're going, back and forth. They're going through the text. So then we go over to Christina. She hadn't seen Brandon in some days because, he slept over at the other house because of the argument. They show up for their both virtual meeting. with the marriage mentors, they discussed the argument that they had. The marriage mentors talked to them about going tit for tat. They kind of make up. They're going back and forth. I feel like the marriage mentors didn't call Christina out enough on their stuff, but that may have been just cut up in the edit and we didn't see it. So I'm like, okay, I take that whole thing because they were both wrong with that. So we go over to Latoya and Anthony. They're taking their family. They're going to church. They go to her father's church every Sunday. She asked him on the ride over if he's going to speak to her father about how he felt because her family was bad mouthing him because he had gone to Atlanta. Um, so then we switch over to Kobe, who checked with her assistants about what's on deck the next week, about her influencing job and all that kind of stuff. So Russell goes over to check out the gym, which is an Anytime Fitness, and they have those all over the U.S. That I guess he's gonna buy. And that Anytime Fitness, it looked at first I thought it was a Planet Fitness because it looked like Planet Fitness on the inside. Listen, Mocha Mima ain't been in a gym in some years, but I kind of remember vaguely a Planet Fitness, but that's what it looked like to me. I could be mistaken, but that could have been one of my nightmares being in the gym. But anyway, um, so he checks out the gym, talks to the guy, his friend about the gym. So Anthony and Latoya decide to get the couples all together to meet up on the east side of Detroit, aka the Hood. I was like, come on now, for a little skating event. So when Brandon came over, Christina, of course, she's not from Detroit, so she was like, whatever. Brandon was like, oh, I never been on here. I would keep my head on the swivel. I said, Brandon must have heard me talking because I always talk about keeping my head on the swivel because I don't know. I got to see what's going on. But like they're acting like the East Side is that bad. And then Kobe and Russell, when they came in later, they was acting like it's such a bad thing. Like y'all don't be so bougie that you don't remember where you came from and remember the people who helped make you what you are. But anyway, Christina can't skate because of an issue with her toe. Brandon and Anthony get out there and they skate. They seem like they're having a good time, which is good to see. Anthony had on 3 pairs of socks because he's a germaphobe, so he's going to throw them away. I'm with Anthony. Listen, when I go on flights, right? But one thing, when I go in the hospital, I try to get me those extra, them extra hospital socks. I get those extra hospital socks, and I keep those when I'm flying away somewhere. And I do this. I make my grandkids do this. I don't know if my granddaughter does it, but I tell her to do it when she's not with me. But when we're going on a flight, like I have extra pairs of those socks. And if I don't have those socks, sometimes I'll go to the dollar store and get socks, or I'll save old Mitch Mac socks or old socks that the boys, my grandsons have worn, that like the white socks that are grimy and dirty looking. I make them put those on their feet. So when you go through TSA, when we go through TSA and you come through and you go over there, sit right down in the chair, take them socks off and throw them in the garbage. Because people be there on their barefoot and everything in there. That's a way to get foot fungus. I make sure when we get dressed, you put plenty of foot spray on your feet. So even though you have the socks on, you're still walking on your on your feet with them socks on, and those socks immediately go in the trash. Listen, I wish we could get back to when I could carry me a bottle of Lysol through the checkpoint because I would be spraying everything down. But I have them Lysol, them wipes with me, and I be wiping stuff down. But anyway, y'all don't want to know about how I think about that kind of stuff. That's a whole nother live I could do about that kind of stuff. So then Russell is talking to Kobe about how he's close to buying a gym. She wants to be in on the walkthrough and walk through the owners and see what the business plan and all that kind of stuff is. This right here, I'm like, I see his point and I see her point. It's like it's a whole big thing, but the thing about it is they have to come together because it is an investment on both of their parts because they're a married couple. So they have to come to a middle or a compromise so that both parties feel like they're getting their needs met in this whole thing. It's these men are so young to be so, I don't want to say they're misogynist, but they're just so, you know, from that older generation. And some of the older guys don't even think like that, but whatever, let me get on. So the guys are skating, then they go over to the side and they're talking about the man's movement and the showcase and how they're going to do that. And Russell tells Brandon, or is it Anthony that tells Brandon, you got to talk to your wife and let your wife know what's going on and be upfront, so she knows what you're doing. So then while they're talking over to the side, the ladies are sitting down talking, the three ladies. So Christina, oops, I'm sorry about that. Christina and Kobe talk about the collaboration, about how it is, their ideas are different. So they kind of get into a kind of argument about it. And then, wait a minute, y'all, my grandson is texting me. So then they kind of get into an argument about it because Kobe feels that Christina was like trying to do the thing behind her back, but because they were supposed to collaborate together. And that's what I'm talking about, instead of text message, talking on the phone. But this is what happened. Christina had already approached the lady ahead of time. So her deal was already being worked out. She said to Kobe she wanted them to do like a vlog thing, like a day in the life of something. Her idea was different. Now, Kobe cannot tell me when she called up the lady from Harper Ray and she made sure I know her personally when she was talking. I think when she was talking to Chelsea, I know her personally. She can't tell me that she had decided before then that she was going to include Christina in on her deal that she was going to try to get with Harper Ray. No. Christina only came to me to the forefront, but when she found out that Christina had already tried to work that deal. So they're going back and forth over the Harper Ray thing. They're arguing about the whole thing. Brandon comes in. He feels that Russell has intervened in a way, and then they start going back. Then Brandon gets involved, and Brandon starts talking about some makeup artist issue that they had, and then he calls Kobe, instead of a copycat, a Kobe cat, which I thought, Brandon, that is so freaking corny. So then Russell kind of checks him, say, don't talk to my wife like that, then say they don't do drama. This is when I need the record scratch thing. Russell, don't do drama. Your wife, a couple weeks ago in episode 1, brought up the whole thing with the with the artists at their freaking anniversary thing. Don't tell me they don't do drama. Your wife is freaking messy. So don't. Even the way your wife talks to you and treats you. So don't say that, Russell. Don't say that. Somebody call him SpongeBob. It said he sounds like SpongeBob. Don't do that, or Squidward. Don't do that, Squidward. Don't do that. That's Squidward. He sounds like Patrick. Don't do that, Patrick. Don't do that. So, they leave, and then the episode's over, and it shows in the previews they're going to talk, and it's going to be something, whatever. I'm like, you know what? To me, they're childish. To me, it's always, when it comes to stuff, especially with stuff with business, it's best to pick up the phone. So now what I'm going to show you all is, I want to show you, so Christina, she also did a live. Christina does long lives where she doesn't get to the meat and potatoes. She's talking. And I was like, nah, I tried to tape it, but it's just too long freaking listening to her. So I did part of it. I'm going to upload that. After I upload this video, I'm going to put that on a separate video because I didn't want to attach it to this, so you guys can hear that. And it's a partial thing, so that way, if you need to start it, stop it, you don't have to listen to the whole. If you want to listen to the whole thing, by all means, go over to her Instagram and you can hear the whole thing. I'm just going to give you half of it because that's the meat and potatoes, because after that, there's people in the comments and she's answering the same questions over and over again, and it's all that stuff with her because she likes to talk, and she's a person that needs attention. So it has music to it, and I don't want to play the music, so I'm gonna play this StreamYard corny music. So let me put that on for y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna play this commercial for you. I like it, and it's. Let me just play it, and then I'll comment on it after. All right, now, so y'all see there, she posted that up. Stop there. So y'all, the thing about it is, it's a romantic thing. It's beautiful, but for me, like, it falls flat because I know how their marriage and stuff really is going. So for me, and the thing about it is how their marriage is like going in today, because we've seen them, even though like they had another, like I posted, like they had some beautiful anniversary shoot that they did and everything, and they make a beautiful couple. Their pictures and stuff is just beautiful, but we know how they are. So that right there, like, part of me wants to be in the wants to be, what do you call it? Like, I don't know what's going on, but I do know what's going on. So that makes it, that like kind of makes it messed up. That's the only way to explain it. That makes it really crazy. So I don't know, y'all. But listen, y'all, I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all like and subscribe. Click on the bell button for uploads. And like I said, once I upload this, then I'm going to upload the Christina's Live from Instagram right after. So you'll be able to see that and whatnot. And let me know your thoughts of the episode. Let me know your thoughts of her live thing. Like I said, she talks a lot, so after a while, I kind of tune her out because she's saying the same thing. So with that, y'all, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, wait, let me play my guide first about protecting the peace. And y'all, send your good energy and good thoughts out to Carly Russell and her family. We went through the whole thing this weekend, and, I really feel bad for her and what's going on. People are really like trashing her and her character when no one knows what's really happened to her. And you know what? No matter what happened to her, I still stand with her because the child has gone through a traumatic experience. And I just hate to see how people out there treat Black women. So I stand beside her no matter what happened. I want the best for her, and because she could easily be my daughter and my granddaughter, because my granddaughter is just a few years younger than her. So with that, y'all, thanks for listening, and remember this.
Say it with me, kids. If protecting my peace makes me the villain, then bitch, my name is Thanos.
I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart, I'm a sleep, a decoration. You mistaken my love, I brought for you for foundation. All that I wanted from you was to give me something that I never had, something that you never seen, something that you never been. But I wake up and nothing's wrong. Just get ready for work, 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 work. see me